So, welcome back guys. Today we're gonna talk about a little trick to Kicho and how to score a lot more counter hits with Kicho 4-2. Kicho 4-2 overall got buffed a lot. The range is very good. It's a very quick with 12 to 13 frames high counter hit launcher for high damage. It's very hard to step most of the times, and with the addition of Kicho 4, Kicho in general got way better. And there is a little trick which often applies after 2-2 on block. 2-2 into Kicho 2 is always a good idea, but has a twist to it. So people can jab you out of this. But, for instance, if you use Kicho 2 into Kicho forward and then 2, you will see that my jabs will whiff and I will get counter-hitted by the 4-2. Which makes it very dangerous on block. The 2-string in general for Yoshimitsu got very dangerous. And this doesn't work if the opponent delays it, like heavily. And it doesn't work if the opponent uses a very slow high move and of course a mid. And now you think, okay, then this is not good. This only works if the opponent immediately jabs. But if I do it immediately without the forward, just the 4-2, I will score counter hits if he does a slow mid, like a 13 frame mid for instance, and will trade, and you can still get your combo. If I do a slow high, you will just get your counter hit, and if I delay the jabs, same thing will happen. So as you can see on -1, this is actually a very good mix-up, and it's on -1, it's not that easy to step the options of Kicho either, so 2-2 on block is actually very decent. This also applies to some extent, for instance, when you use wild standing 4 into Kicho. This isn't as a good example, but just to showcase you, if someone chooses to use slower highs, you can get away with this even. Okay, the tragic 4 here, which how they call it on the Discord server. As you can see, it really reliably crushes this, and I think it will crush back 1 as well, yeah. And then of course, in this scenario, a mid is the way better option because you're so minus that you can't do anything. But after 2-2 on block, it's a mix-up. If you dash forward, you will crush the jabs. You don't always have to do 4-2. You can also go for 1+2. You just crush jabs with this if they immediately jab. And if you anticipate them to use a slower move or to delay their jabs, you just do it immediately and hit them. So it's a very good situation in that. And there are a lot of applications for the forward dash and Kicho for moves on block. So for instance, we got Flash now, which is not killing the move, but is kind of limiting what he did before, because Flash also is a very good option. But for instance, here it doesn't work. Here you want to use Flash. It works on some jabs, but on some it doesn't. This was my favorite thing to do here, because most people said, oh, but they can jab you, but you can forward dash and do this. And it's way safer doing this than doing Flash, like this for instance. Like, this is -14, I think 15, but on shallow it's only 14. But if he just does nothing, he can, yeah, as you can see, I think he can even root kick you. No, he cannot, but he will launch you. You get the point. It has way more range. It's safe on block. It's a very good option here, and just keep in mind that the forward extension for Kicho is a high crush, and at scenarios where you 0 to -3 on block, it's very useful and creates a small mix-up. But it shouldn't be always used after wild standing 4 on block. And Kicho overall is a stance where people, when you're actually plus, like for instance after wild standing 4, won't press that many buttons. But for instance, it's very good if you're playing an Ana player who does QCF1, which is her high keep out tool, then the Kicho dash is actually very viable because it crushes reliable. And against Mishima players, I like to do it like this. Just do it immediately, do one dash and then do it, because if they see the Kicho animation and they try to electric you, you can also go under the electric. And the same goes for Steve's back 1. But please don't do that all the time and get killed for it and say I'm a shithead. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.